Hello and welcome to Puzzle Master. This is the Puzzle Guy, and in this video I will show you how to solve dual puzzle. This beautiful puzzle was made by Vinko or Václav Obshevač, famous Czech puzzle designer who creates high quality wooden puzzles. Difficulty level of this puzzle is 10 out of 10, and the object is to take it apart and to assemble it again. And this puzzle is not a regular puzzle, it has more than one object. First of all, what you have to do is to take it apart and to assemble back into a cube shape. This is the most difficult object. And then there are a couple of other a little bit easier objects where you have to use only 6 out of 8 parts and to assemble different shapes. In this video I will show you how to solve the cube, the most difficult shape, and if you want to try to assemble some other shapes, you can buy this puzzle at puzzlemaster.ca. And now I will show you how to solve the dual puzzle. So first of all, the disassembling part is not as easy as always with Vinko's puzzles, since usually they are falling apart quite easy, but this one is quite difficult to disassemble, since if you try to move some parts, you can move them, but they kinda stuck and it is not possible to disassemble them. But at one point you will find that there is a way how to move parts correct, and then you will be able to start removing the puzzles, the parts from the puzzle. So like this, you move them and then some of the parts can come out quite easy. So like so, that's it. I've been able to remove 2 parts. Next I can pretty easily remove the rest of the parts. That's not gonna be a very big issue. Okay, that's 4. That's gonna be 5, 6, 7 and 8. That is 8 parts that used to solve the puzzle. And if you take a closer look, all these parts are quite similar but a little bit different. So for example, if we grab I don't know, these 2 parts, let's try to find something similar, or maybe not these 2 but some other 2 parts. They might look very similar, but some details are different. So it is quite difficult to figure out which part you have to use to put next to assemble the puzzle. So for example, if we take a closer look at, I don't know, these 2 parts, you see they're exactly the same. The only difference is that here there is a small square, but here there is no this square, and it will be quite difficult to figure out which part is going to be next. So now to assemble the puzzle, we have to find the correct parts that we have to use. The first one is going to be this one. We have to grab this part, it looks like this, and the next part is going to be, let me find it, since it is not easy. Even if you know the solution, it is quite difficult to figure out which parts you have to use. So I think that this part is going to be the next, and we have to connect these 2 parts together, and I think it's going to happen like this. So this is first 2 parts together. Now we have to find some other parts, and that's going to be probably this part. That was quite quick to find the part. Yeah, this is it. Usually takes much more time to figure out how to put them, how to find the right piece. So you have to put it right here with these 2 parts. So the next piece, let me take a closer look at all the parts to figure out what is going to be the next piece. Yeah, that's it. Again, it was quite quick to figure out the correct piece. So to put it, move the previous piece that you put inside like this, and now we have to feed this piece right here. So it goes right inside of this piece. Or maybe this is the wrong piece. Okay, let me take a closer look again. Yeah, this is the wrong piece. That's what I was talking about. There are two exactly the same parts. Yeah, here there is a small square, and now it is not giving me a chance to fit it inside, so I have to use the other one that doesn't have this square, and I will be able to fit the piece. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Quite difficult to find the correct part, and then we have to find the correct way how to stick it inside. So the next piece is going to be this one, and I have to take a closer look. Maybe this is not the correct one. Maybe I'm using the similar piece again, but not the right one. Nope. Yeah, this is the correct one, and I have to fit it right in here. It's quite easy to do. So the next piece, I have only 3 left, and again I have to find the correct one, and I think that all of these parts are gonna look exactly the same, but they're gonna be just a little bit different. Let's see. So these two are very similar, but I think that I have to use this one. And if you take a look at this part, it looks almost exactly the same on both sides. So you have to be careful which side to use, and I think that it's supposed to be this side. Yeah, it's supposed to be this side. So you have to put it like this, and with this side there is a gap here, and it's gonna help you to fit the piece right here. And we have only 2 parts left, and now we will find which piece goes where. I think that the next one is going to be this one or this one. Let's take a closer look at each part. Yeah, they are not the same, but they are quite similar. Okay, I think that I have to use this piece. Let's take a look. No, probably this one. Okay, that's gonna be this one. It has like a huge cutout in here, and we have to stick it right here. And we have only 1 piece left, and it seems like it is impossible to fit it right here. I think it's supposed to be like this way, but to fit it you have to move some of the parts a little bit, and that's what's gonna help us to stick it inside. So let's see, this goes here, this goes here. We can stick the right side first, and then we can try to move the left side all the way so that we can complete the cube. So that was the solution of dual puzzle. As you can see, even when you know the solution, it takes a lot of time to assemble the cube, and if you don't know the way how to solve it, you're gonna spend at least half an hour, maybe hours trying to solve it. Great puzzle, and I highly recommend it. If you like dual puzzle, or you want to try some other great puzzles made by Vinko, go to puzzlemaster.ca. See you next time!